My Libras, come on in. Let's go ahead and get this reading and see what energy you need to focus on or what you need to know about at this particular time. Let me start off by saying I am T the Oracle. Thank you for tuning in for another reading. And if you'd like your own personal intuitive reading via email or phone, I'd be more than happy to assist you with clarity, insight, and confirmation. So book that reading with me today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. This is the 𝐾𝐨𝐽. This is what we're utilizing, and we have the 𝐾𝐨𝐽 book. So the way that it works is we're going to shuffle. There are numbers correlated with each card. We're going to pull the card. Whatever number is attached to that card will go to the book to see what the correlating message is, and then I'll also give you my intuitive insight as to what Spirit is revealing as well. All right, so let's get a few more shuffles in. 2 more. All right, 1 more shuffle here. All right, this is number 20. All right, so let's go to the 𝐾𝐨𝐽 and see what 20 is about. All right, it says the contemplation. The sign has a double meaning. On the one hand, it symbolizes an observer who views things from a distant perspective. On the other hand, it means that you are already seen from a distance and are the focus of attention. Ooh, wee. Baby, there's always 2 sides to a coin. Always know, even if you're the person who is like just a keen observer, you always sit back and watch it, know that there's somebody watching you. The watcher is being watched. Know that. So even and I pride myself in being somebody, as a Scorpio, I pride myself in always watching and knowing, okay? I'm going, if it's one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna watch, okay? I'm gonna observe and I'm gonna analyze and I'm gonna judge, okay? Y'all know that trend that's going around where it's like we listen and we don't judge? No, I saw a meme where it was like, Scorpio, I listen and I judge heavily. Yes, in my mind though. I ain't gonna tell you nothing unless you ask, okay? But anyways, the watcher is always being watched, okay? So, you know, you can look at this from various perspectives. It's almost like a box coming outside of a box, and then you're still in another box, and then you get outside of the box. It's just like, it's so many layers to it, okay? The observer in us sees things from afar and understands the whole, right? Thus, you gain clarity by distance and insight into the greater whole. So sometimes you have to distance yourself from the situation or the person to be able to see the bigger picture, because when you're in the middle, you're seeing parts and aspects of it, but you have to pull yourself out. So that's why sometimes you'll ask someone for their opinion, or you might want to vent to someone or to ask them what they think, because they're on the outside looking in, so they see the bigger picture while you're in the inside and you're experiencing every little bit of it, so they can put everything together and see it as a whole and gather even the smaller parts of what you're experiencing inside of it and put it together with the whole that they see and be like, this is what I see. You see what I'm saying? Those who are able to use these insights are rewarded by great power. Such people are born leaders, as they do not operate with arbitrary rules and force, but lead by intuition and wisdom. Use this good time to gain new insight and to test ideas. Antiquated concepts can now be recognized easily and corrected. Attempt to do justice to people and circumstances and to understand each in their connection. Don't always think that you know everything. Even if you're just like one of those deep analytical thinkers, and like I said, you're a very extremely observant and you recognize everything, and you're good at, you have a good sense of, you have an intuitive nature. You're able to see beyond. You may even be clairvoyant, as people would say. Very intuitive, highly intuitive. You can almost predict what something is going to happen because you're so in tune, because you are analytical and attentive. You become in tune. You see deeper, right? But never think you're beyond reproach. Never think that you can't be wrong. Because even though you see patterns and you see things and you're able to pick it out because you see patterns, everything is not always the same. And some things might throw you for a loop and you be like, damn, I wasn't expecting that. This usually happens. Hey, not always right, okay? Educate the observer in you by taking a distant position to watch human, earthly, and universal phenomenon. So don't get stuck in, like I said, what I just said. Don't get stuck in such a way where you feel like, oh, I already know what's gonna happen. I already know what's gonna happen. Because you're behind to get thrown for a loop if something else happened and you was expecting this, because this always happens. Like, you have to make sure that you're still not closing yourself off from seeing new things. You're so used to seeing things in a box because you know what's going to happen, but allow yourself to be open to see the bigger picture and to see new things that may arise within that particular situation. Okay? Now, these have lines. I'm going to read the baseline and line 6 for time's sake. Baseline says, you are so attached to outer appearances that you never discern the core of a matter. Try to see any situation as part of a greater whole and attempt to gauge its factual importance for your life. Ooh, baby. They over here pointing fingers. You are so attached to outer appearances that you never discern the core of a matter. Get to the bottom of it, okay? Look at the bigger picture. Look deeper into the situation. Don't always expect the same thing to happen every single time. Just because you saw it happen like that, you will get caught off guard, okay? 6th line, you have left behind the structures that limit you, and you are able to review your life without ego-centeredness, without this entanglement in worldly matters. You are able to see the laws that govern life and act accordingly. Now, however, sometimes you do have the ability to be wrong, but for the most part, you're highly intuitive, and you have the ability to discern, okay? Just don't get caught up in, cycles for you to say this always happens. Like, it's not always guaranteed every single time. Be open to new occurrences, new beginnings, unexpected things of that nature. All right? Peace.